Hello guys, welcome back. I am really thankful to Dionysus and I owe a huge apology to the Norse gods. They were not telling me what they were telling me for the reason I thought they were. Odin was trying to get my attention, Loki was trying to get my attention, and they were trying to make me see, and it's simple now I see it, but it wasn't at the time. Why did I think I kept going around to all these gods? It wasn't something they were trying to be cruel or mean or restrictive about. It was, why couldn't I see I was the way I naturally was? Why did I care what other people were saying? And all my life, any problems I've had with divinity have been because other people in the outside interfering when they should mind their own goddamn business. I went, ooh, sassy. You guys know I'm actually naturally eclectic. For me to try to be in one religion, and I'm really not terribly fond of the idea of religion for me, it's fine if it's working for you. It makes me miserable. There's no sense pretending I'm going to ever be, say, Nordic Wiccan when we know damn well I hang out with Dionysus a lot. And there's no sense saying, oh, okay, well then you could be Nordic and you could be Greek. I accept that, from the outside. When we know damn well I will pray to God because all my friends are Christian, and you might as well pray to their God while you're praying to your gods, because why the hell not? And he's got to be an awful mean-spirited God if he won't hear other people pray about his own children. So, when they pointed out that, the brief times I have behind the scenes, just let go of trying to be Nordic Wiccan or super Wiccan, because that didn't work either, or heathen or Azatru or anything else, I was actually happy. I was actually totally hyper amped and psyched. Because when I thought of the possibility of having all the gods I wanted, which meant I would have God since I grew up with him, why the hell not? And I could have any angel or saint or whoever I wanted to talk to, and it's not actually a big deal. Just having the open possibility makes me feel calm. And I could have the Greek gods who spent a lot of time with me. And I could have Anubis and Dionysus, and I could have Voodoo and Law, and I could have the Norse gods. If you look at it from an open-ended perspective, I actually got excited because I said, all these holidays are coming up, we can all spend them together finally as a family like we should. But then I started to panic and started to say, oh my god, what's going to happen? Like, the whole universe is going to fall apart because I'm not going to follow any one set religion. And Odin's going to throw himself on a spear if I celebrate Christmas, or all this other crazy stuff that was coming up, or, oh my god, I should be taking the grape and the sun off the front door because it's really for Apollo and Dionysus, and I'm trying to shoehorn it into being for Freyr, even though it's not, and it's just, we can put too much demands on ourselves to try to make other people happy. Because this wasn't anything about making the gods happy. The gods really have never cared. As long as they know you love them, they're fine. In my personal experience, as long as you love them, they're fine. It's we humans who feel we have to prove our devotion. Now, some humans generally and truly do like working with just one pantheon. That makes them feel safe, and they need a religion to feel structured and safe and secure. It's really comforting for them to have somebody hand them a rule book and say, here's the structure you need, because they really thrive on having structure. I'm the exact opposite. I do not like structure. I won't go out of my way to break the rules, but I'm probably going to take one look at those rules and go, I'm never going to follow them either. So, structure doesn't work for me. And figuring that out, and figuring that, we had a rose festival, and to me that meant just as much as any of the, please do not kill me, holidays we have given to us when we enter Wicca, or you enter Nordic structure, or you were brought up Christian or Jewish or Muslim or whatever. It meant just as much to me, because it was a holiday we all made together, which we'll never have again, but we made it together and we celebrated it. And we really enjoyed it. And there was nothing wrong with us having that enjoyment. It didn't have to mean anything, and it wasn't really to any one god. It was just to, here's all the abundance I'm getting, let's, put it all around the house and really enjoy it. So now we have rose petals everywhere. It's really nice. But I wanted to share that because it felt timely. The only thing I can tell you guys, even if you never watch another video of mine, is you have to be the you truly are. If you start living a lie because you think it's going to make people around you happy, or you think it's going to make the gods happy, or you have been told you must do this because the Havamal says so, or the Bible says so, or the Quran says so, or whomever says so, or it's written in this book here, you don't have to do anything but be a basically good person, however you define that, and work with the gods you love and live your truth. And everybody's truth's going to look different. For some people, they're going to ever and only work with Loki. And that's going to complete them, and that's going to make them totally, truly happy. And they're not going to be pretending and living a lie. For the rest of us, we're probably going to be working with Loki and some of the other Norse gods, and then gods know who else walks in and walks out. But if you just relax and you live your truth and you understand that that truth can change over time and that's totally fine, then it's fine. I'm not betraying the gods because my friend's starting to hint again. She's starting to hint. The only reason I don't want to go to church with her is her church is a downer and they talk about sin, which I don't believe in, and they talk about what a bad world it is, and I don't believe that's a useful mindset. That's the only reason I won't go to church with her. If it was one of those upbeat churches that played the music and danced and everything, I'd go to church every Sunday. I wouldn't care. And you have to be you, and you have to realize it's okay to love the gods you love. I mean, we're in Gay Pride Month, so of course Dionysus used that to point out, you should be not afraid to love who you love, whether you just love Loki or you love many gods or goddesses, or we work with angels or saints. As far as I can get, there's no reward system. A lot of people will say there is because it's comforting to them. But as far as I know, there's no reward system for having stuck with one god. Now, every religion will tell you it is. And remember, as a true and heathenry are religions, which is why they say there's a reward at the end if you stick with just the Norse gods. Just like Christianity or Islam or something would tell you there's a reward for sticking with just God. But if you can't find, spiritual nourishment and sticking in a religious framework, then, I've never been told that there's a reward system. I've never been told, yes, if you live your life and you live your truth, there's a reward system at the end. I don't know what happens because I don't have any one religious structure to say, oh, there's heaven and hell, or oh, there's the afterlife of hell, or oh, you are guaranteed to show up in Hades' realm. I don't have that, but I'm not going to worry about it either because, when the end comes, the end comes. I'll have to end up somewhere, as I previously said before. Whether I end up in heaven by default because that was the religion I was baptized in, or I end up, living with hell, or I end up living in some kind of underworld in South America because those are the gods I've worked with, or I end up living in Africa somewhere vaguely because I work with the Wudon Law, or I end up somewhere else. I'll end up somewhere. I can't worry about it. And when I let go of the idea that I had to earn points with the gods and I had to be loyal to earn their love, everything seems okay. Now, angels haven't come down from heaven with a disco ball saying you finally got it. That light didn't go on. Lazarus Becker hasn't woken up. We keep changing his name. First it was Pumpernickel, now it's Lazarus. Nothing went out of its way to happen to tell me the gods, totally approved. I saw 1212 and I got a vague letter from the food bank saying you or someone you know may need our services. Here's a number. So there was no big, trumpet, archangels didn't come down. The gods didn't do anything huge. Nothing like that happened. But, I think that's how most of our life actually goes. It's usually not these huge, huge moments where something happens. So I hope that helps for you guys, and it feels like it's timely for someone. I won't let anyone else to go through that either, with feeling ashamed because you like maybe one god from here and you maybe like one god from there. And it's not that you don't love all the gods. We've all had that one god we chased that didn't want anything to do with us. Gods know. But, I don't think you should feel ashamed. If the gods aren't saying, hey, that god might not be good for you to work with because you really don't understand what they're about. If the gods aren't warning you and telling you to wait for a while, like the gods used to have this weird thing about me working with Osiris, and then Osiris has shown up lately and they've just been like, and all he wanted to do is come over and have a good look at me, and he seemed fine, and he's gone. And I'm like, well, that was anticlimactic. But sometimes they just wander up to you to look at the human, and then they're gone. And they're like, oh, okay, I just wanted to see you up close. Now I have. You may go, my child. You have my blessing. Thank you. So it was just weird, and sometimes that stuff happens. I can't explain our gods to you. I can't explain Loki to you, and I can't explain why some people feel perfectly akin with him and that's their only god, and why some of us have 30 gods. Other than we're all different and we're all how we're meant to be. There's no one set way for people to be, and you just kind of have to reach your peace with how you naturally are and realize that's okay. It's kind of like Gay Pride Month is about accepting yourself as you are, not being ashamed to be you, and celebrating yourself. And you should do that too with your relationships with the gods. And, I'm eclectic now, but as I get older, if I decide I want to join a church or I want to join a whatever, or I decide I want to do something else, the gods seem totally fine with that. The gods, as far as I know, just want us to be happy and to live our truth. Just, don't start living a lie because you think it's going to make Loki happy, which it won't. Or start repeating everything you've heard other people say, including me, because you think it will earn points with Loki. It won't. I've heard people, especially younger people, think that, to prove they love the gods, they have to hate God and they have to hate the church. You can hate the horrible things the church has done in the name of God. Yes, you should hate that. You should hate injustice with a passion. But you don't have to hate God. You don't have to hate the angels and saints. You don't have to waste your time hating Jesus. These aren't the enemy. The only enemy we really have, vast majority of the time, is ourselves. So I hope that helps, and it just felt timely. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.